Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here with Odette Laurie. Hi, Odette.
How are you?
Awesome. How's everybody out there in Facebook land? Well, I'm thrilled to be here with Odette. She is a clarity and impact strategist. So she actually helps people build their business. I know lots of people say they do this, but Odette's actually proven this over and over and over again, and she's built a couple of seven-figure businesses herself. So she knows what she's talking about. I've seen her in action. I've been to her courses. I know what she's talking about. I know what she does and the impact that she has, and I am just thrilled to have you on, Odette. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you, Brandy.
Well, I'm so excited because you have some strategies that you'd like to share with our audience so that they actually have some success. So first, tell us a little bit about how you got into this. Like, what made you so passionate?
It's a good question. It's a big question. And, you know, I think that the biggest thing for me and where I am today and being a business coach for the last, I'm going to say 7 years now, is seeing that with the onset of the social media, there is so much noise out there, which means our competition is no longer in our, in our region, in our small community. It is really the entire world, and which is both a blessing and a curse, because for business owners, the ones that are rocking it out, they're using it to their advantage. And for the smaller entrepreneur, it can be a burden because they're not being seen the way that they want. They're not being seen as their true self, their true story, their true message, and their true mission in the world. And what they do is they actually become watered down and lost in the crowd, which makes it very frustrating for the small entrepreneur. So when I built my first business 25 years ago or something crazy, there was no internet. And I really learned how to establish myself in a personal brand, but really brand myself. And I'll call it the old-fashioned ways of building your business are still highly effective in today's world. And social media is that online presence, if used properly, can really blow a business up or blow it apart if it's not done properly. So it's my mission here to help people get really clear on what the three most important things are that they need to do to set themselves apart from the competition.
Wow. Okay. So, and that's huge because, like, especially businesses like insurance companies or real estate agents or, other companies where there's a lot of people working for the same industry. Because you've got 30,000 or more real estate agents in the city of Toronto, GTA. So, I hear what you're saying. Like, if you've got that much competition, how are you setting yourself apart from the rest? What are you doing, right? And that will have a monster impact on your business, because I could say, well, I've got 3 real estate agents that live on my street. Why am I going to pick you? Right? So
exactly. Sorry to interrupt. And those are the industries that are saturated. And for a lot of wannabe entrepreneurs, they get out of corporate or they get out of teaching or whatever profession it is that a job, and they gravitate to what seems like, well, I'll just join a company like a real estate company or a financial company because I'll have the backing and I'll have the support. But you still need to know how to build a business.
Exactly.
So, and that's what it really comes down to, is business building strategies that set you apart from the other gazillion real estate agents. And it's not even so much in your industry. It's really just about how to rise to the top as a business owner that's a mover and a shaker. And here's the catch, that gets you remembered. Right. Can I do a little shout out about this? Just a really good example.
Please do, and say hi to Laurie and Gordon who are on. Thanks for being on, guys, and everybody else who I can't see. Go ahead.
6 years ago when I started really going in my business, I started 7 years ago, but started like full on networking and speaking and all of those things. And I went to a networking organization every week religiously. It was every Friday morning, like at 7 o'clock, and met a real estate agent. And her name is Teresa Barrett. And she's here in the Clarkson Port Clinton area. And there was something about her that I just, I was listening to her. She was really one of the movers and shakers. I had not seen her in over 5 years because I stopped going to that event and moved on. And our paths never crossed until I had to sell my house. And I happened to go online, and who's the first person that pops up is Teresa. Right. And what's interesting was it triggered a memory of how powerful she was 5 years ago. And I thought, if she was that powerful then, I've remembered her this whole time because she stood out from the other real estate agents I've seen over the last 5 years. Right. And I hired her to sell my house, and, the market's like, bidding wars and houses going over asking. I don't think she did too badly, but that was the impact. It's what made me remember her. And it was the presence that she had. It was the way she spoke and her marketing efforts that were consistent. So that's the point that I'm trying to make here is who will remember you in 5 or 6 years if they haven't even seen you? What will make them go, wow, oh yeah, I remember her.
Exactly. And that's it. And it's hard for people, I think, in business to figure out what is that unique thing. Sometimes, like even myself, I've fallen into that trap where I was like, I don't know what's unique about me, and when you're talking to someone else or you're working with a strategist who specializes in helping people figure these things out, having that conversation or putting, the thought process together to figure it out is crucial, but it's sometimes, not mandatory, I'm not looking for that word, but, you absolutely have to do this because sometimes you can't figure it out on your own. And if you don't have that interaction or somebody guiding you along on the thought process, you can't get to figuring out what your uniqueness is so that you can market yourself that way. And I think that's where you come in as a crucial element in people's businesses, not just for that, but, you're speaking about that. People absolutely need this in their business, and they think, no, I'm a real estate agent and things are just going to come to me. It doesn't work like that. You think you put your website out on the net and people are just going to find you. It doesn't work that way. There's billions of them out there. How are they going to find you, right? So the point you're making is huge. Well,
you want the easy answer for this? Because there really is a simple, easy answer.
Give it to them, please.
And just by everyone on this earth is uniquely unique than anybody else. So just by the very fact of who you are, Randy, and who I am, automatically sets us apart from the rest. It's our story. It's our back end story. It's our experience. It's our triumphs. It's our tragedies. It's our vision and our mission. And it's the way we do things. Everything about us is automatically unique. So that's step number one, is to take ownership of, I'm automatically unique, and to feel good about that, because I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, mainly women, are, am I worth it? Who wants to hear me? What have I got to offer? And all of that mental junk, which is already setting you off, down the wrong path. You're going backwards. So number one is just to take ownership that I have, as I am right now, all the unique abilities and experiences, and what I offer, hands down, will set me apart. And then number two, how do you take all of that, your story, your experiences, your advantages, your disadvantages, and market that? It's about how to take that story, turn it into a marketing message. Okay. And I'm not talking necessarily a huge marketing platform, but even your elevator pitch, your company name, your tagline, and the way you conduct the business on social media, and I'm just going to use social media because we're on Facebook here, but
Right.
that's the key piece here. So number one is ownership of your unique value, and number two is how do you then present that to the world? And it's not as difficult as people think. And there really are three most important and must-dos that you have to do to get the word out there on a global level. Because here's the deal. My clients aren't necessarily just here next door. They could be in Singapore and Australia and
Right.
wherever. And that's the beauty of these three must-dos.
Okay, perfect. And so tell us what these three things are.
Number one is speaking. You need to be heard. You need to speak in your business. And for some of you who are, I don't want to speak in my business, I'm not going to be a speaker, that's fine. Your business will only grow mediocrely. And for those of you that really do want to incorporate speaking, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be on big stages and speaking to thousands of people, because that's what a lot of people think speaking is. It's just being able to stand up in front of a room of your networking groups, on the smaller stages in your community. And yeah, exactly like your event.
Like right here on Facebook.
Facebook, right, yeah. Exactly. Smaller stages.
Yeah.
And to be able just to share who you are, how you do it differently, and why they should hire you, and why you're the expert. Because speaking elevates your status automatically to expert status.
Right.
If someone has a microphone in their hand, the audience automatically thinks, wow, she or he knows what they're talking about, and I better listen. So your speaking had better be entertaining and interesting and lively, and not the boring, typical kind of speaking. So consider speaking 2 minutes in front of a room is so powerful. And I think that we forget that a 2-minute or a 5-minute opportunity, it has leverage. It can make us money. I mean,
tell us your short little 2-minute story.
Well, yeah, when I first met you, I can't remember exactly how, but I think we saw each other online or whatever, or maybe at events. And you invited me to an event that was in Toronto, and a networking event that you were hosting at, I think it was Milestones or something like that.
Kirkdale, yeah.
Yep, in Yorkdale. I showed up, didn't know who anybody was. I came prepared in the sense that I was dressed for a networking event, but I had no speech. And you, you offered me 2 minutes in front of the room just to share with people who I was, introduce myself. And for that, I honor that, because anyone that gives you an opportunity to get your butt in front of a room, once in my entire 7 years, I've said no. And I kicked myself for saying that. And I said, yeah, sure. And just told people who I was. I had a couple of my books. Some people bought my books. It got me another speaking gig on a couple of other major stages. And I walked away with $20,000 in client sales. Like, hello? It's like, who wants $20 in 2 minutes, essentially? You know, it's wild. And at that time, I don't think I was a seasoned speaker. I just had the guts to stand up there and spew some sentences out there, and I'm going, what the hell am I going to say? And it really taught me a valuable lesson. The valuable lesson was this, is if I can do that unprepared, what can I do if I am prepared and I am educated on this and I'm trained how to be a real speaker? And it's been a game changer for me ever since. So hands down, get yourself in front of people.
Perfect. So speaking, definitely, no matter where you're speaking, that's number one. What's number two?
Video live. Nowadays, with your phone, like, there's no excuse not to take video, selfies, and all of that. I mean, when I built my first business, I don't even know if I had a cell phone, but I definitely had a kitchen phone that had a cord attached to the wall. And I had my yellow, right? And if I was able to build a business...
You're aging yourself.
I know. Crazy. That our phone has everything that we need. I mean, my God, you can do everything with that thing. It can be, can't even, everything. And video is a great way to just be visible now to however many people whenever they feel like clicking on it. Because the video, here's the thing about video, it never dies. So once you show a video or it's out there in cyberspace, there's no getting it back, no matter how many times you try to delete it. So it's always going to be out there. And which is both a blessing and a curse in the sense that it's always going to be out there. And the beauty of being on video, whether it's a testimonial for somebody else, whether it's a Facebook Live, a 2-minute clip that you do, once a week that you post, you've got so many different opportunities. Your website, all the social media platforms, YouTube, your newsletter. It's a great way to sell yourself without actually having to leave your living room.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful. It really is. I mean, back when I first started, video was a bigger deal in the sense that, the lighting and the phone, and the camera had to be really good quality. What I'm noticing a lot more now is how people are just so chill behind the camera, and it's more relaxed, which makes it easier for people to just shoot a selfie when you're in your car, which I have done.
Well, it's just be yourself, right? Like, people want you to be authentic and be yourself. They're not looking for that professional staged look and the stage speech, and that's more phony to them because it's so practiced, it's so worked on, it's not real and authentic. So I just want to interject for a quick second. Thank you for those of you who are watching. If you are using speaking or video, can you just type for us in the comments and tell us, how do you use those two things and how does it impact your business? Love for you to share with us. Thank you. And Odette, so we've got speaking, we've got video, and what's the third one?
The third one is the three mediums. You have the audio, you have the visual, and then you have the written. So writing, you need to be writing on a consistent and deliberate basis. And there's a bunch of different platforms for writing. When I host my client masterminds, I do quite a few of them throughout the year, and we spend 2 days together. And I get people to get obviously outside of their comfort zone, but get them really to focus on speaking and the video piece. And then the written piece can either it usually comes first before speaking in the video, but they can all be repurposed. So what you write becomes what you speak, becomes a video. And the different writing platforms are obviously blogging you need to be doing on a regular basis, articles, and one of the fastest ways to elevate your level of expertise is writing a book or being part of a book. And nowadays, there's a lot of experts out there, and if you're competing with the world and you don't have a book, if you've not published a book or are part of a group of people who have put a book together, then your expert status isn't as high as theirs. And you don't need to be a scholar anymore, a PhD, any of those types of, high-level academia. You could just be you with your experiences, your stories, your tragedies, your triumphs, and put those into words that sell. Because the most important thing that makes you unique is your story, and your story that is written in a way that has people listen to you, has people want more of you, and that literally sells your message and your mission. So if you haven't written a book or you haven't been part of a book, you need to do that. So those are the three baseline, like those are baseline now. They're not even something I'll do later. You need to do them now.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with you, because if you're not getting out there and being seen and heard, then nobody knows you exist, basically. And those three mediums that you're talking about have especially today, video has never been more useful than it is today. Like, look at us, like Facebook is developing Facebook Live, and they keep, going, and upgrading and whatnot. But people are being less patient. They don't want to read essays anymore. They don't want to read newsletters anymore. They don't want to, they want the information as quickly as possible. And how do you get it as quickly as possible? Video, right? Mm-hmm. And, so using the speaking, you get out to the masses. And then the book writing, again, you're getting out to the masses and adding that credibility. And it's an incredible marketing tool, right? So I do understand, Odette, that you actually teach a course that really hones in, and actually you don't just hone in on this stuff, but you also help them in the course to create these products. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. And for me, what's really exciting is to spend time with entrepreneurs and help them get their message out there. Not just, let's do an online course and you figure it out yourself. Because it's a tough thing I can say to you, here's what you need to do. You need to speak, you need to do video, and you need to write a book. So go ahead and have fun. I put masterminds together, business intensive retreats is also what I call them, where we spend 2 days together. Because spending 2 days in a room full of entrepreneurs that want what you want, mm-hmm. we collectively raise the bar. And what I've noticed, I've been doing this for a bunch of years, that a lot of people come in and they come in fresh and they come in a little bit wide-eyed and they're like, okay, well, help me write my book, help me write my talk, help me, show me how to do the video. So the 2 days I work hands-on with people. And the next one that's coming up on February 21st and 22nd here in the DTA, I will help you write your a chapter in a book. I will help you get really crystal clear on what story or nuggets of your story will be part of your message, that will be part of your marketing, that really is about you solving a pain in the world. So number one is, the hardest thing to do is figure out which bits of the story. And then how to take the story and weave it into your knowledge, your content, and what you're selling in your business. And then how to weave a call to action in there so people actually respond and take action. So what we're going to be focusing on the 21st and the 22nd is the chapter in the 365 empowering stories that Randy has put together as she's like the head, or she is the author, the published author. And I actually have a chapter in that book as well. So I'm going to help you write your story in that. And that is the most important baseline, is getting that story out and written in such a profound way that people are actually going to read it, they're going to listen to it, and then they're going to take action from it. From there, I'm also going to work on video, helping you create a really powerful video that can be on the landing page for the book, but also can be on your website, and it'll be on all the other social media channels. But how to take that story and put it into an amazing, 60, 90-second nugget on video so that it's inspiring and empowering. And then finally, how to take all of that and put together a little mini talk so that way you can feel 100% confident and know that you have a 2 to 3 minute talk ready to go at your fingertips that takes your story, your knowledge, and a powerful call to action. Because without those three components, people just end up blabbering on about nothing and no one does anything about it, and they wonder why they're not building their business.
Exactly. And if anybody is interested in the course, please just message us below or PM me, and I will send you the link to register, because I think, Odette, you have a couple of spots left, and it's an incredible course, incredible. So whether you use it for, the 365, which you actually get a chapter in the 365 included with the price, and, whether you use it for just because you want to write, or just because you want to have your video, or you want to use it to explode your own business, it's going to elevate you to the next level, no matter what you're doing. So I really suggest that you take Odette's course. I've taken Odette's courses before. She's fabulous. She's very, hands-on and very attentive. So a lot of people are more cold and standoffish. She's very approachable. She wants to help you. She gets right in there. She's caring, but authentically caring. And I really suggest that you get on board and take this course with Odette. And if you want the link, message us or PM me, and I'll send you the link.
I've done these for the last year in this style, and the success that my clients have had with writing their talk and then getting their message out in a big way has been so powerful. It's amazing to see people feel the confidence, and I think that that's where a lot of entrepreneurs lack is that confidence piece. Because let's face it, it is scary to be on video. As soon as you put a camera in someone's face, it's like, do I look good? What's my hair like? And oh my God, am I saying the right thing? And so how to pull the confidence out, because what actually sells is confidence. And when you feel confident, other people feel confident that you know what you're talking about. Right. And that is extremely empowering for other people, and as well as for yourself. And the most important thing is to build that confidence. And in the 2 days that we're working together, one of the things that I focus really on is the mindset, is what's going on in your head about all the stuff that you're trying to accomplish. Because it's amazing, the things that we say out loud, like, oh my God, I'm not good at this, how that's so ingrained in our DNA and our cellular memory that we need to rewrite that. And,
literally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've gone through that process myself, and I know how painful it is. But what's really stopping you is not the tools. The tools are all here. Mm-hmm. And the how-to is so easy nowadays. It's the mindset that you've got going in with this is, I don't want to be seen, who wants to hear me, and all of that. And we bust through that in the 2 days. And then we show you how to actually put pen to paper and write a powerful story, how to deliver your story into a message that the world really, really then gets moved and inspired into action. Because if you don't move people into action, what's the point, right? Then you don't have a business, and you haven't really made an impact in the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, Odette. I mean, what you've shared will have a huge impact on everybody's business that actually listens and takes action with this. So thank you for sharing those incredible tips with us on this Facebook Live.
Thank you. And just a final note is, if you are interested, I hand pick people to come to the event as well, because what's important is that we have serious, we have committed, we have people who are in the room that really want to rock it out in their business and really want to make a massive impact in this world. So this isn't for you if you just want a quick fix. This isn't for you if you are going to whine and complain about the investment of the time, energy, and money. Because everybody that comes into my space, into my masterminds, are people who really want to make a difference in the world, including building a business, making a lot more money than you're currently making, because it's all about that ripple effect. So if you're serious, you're committed, and you want 2017 to be different and better than last year and the year before, then I encourage you that this will be the place for you. So February 21st and 22nd. We will provide all the details. Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to mark those dates down. And again, if you want the link, message below or PM me, private message me. And I look forward to seeing you guys at Odette's event. It's awesome. Thank you again, Odette.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.